Good morning from Lalande on a pretty exciting day because I have something wonderful to show you all. Whilst Philip and I were on our epic van trip around France, Amory was getting on with the ceiling of the Grand Salon and seeing if he could find more painted ceiling underneath the plaster. We were desperately hoping that more of the early 17th century ceiling would be intact. And, well, I'll let you see what happened. This is Amory getting on with the ceiling over the last few days. Yes, the ceiling is there. I think almost every beam so far is painted except for one that seems to have been replaced at some point, just one of the small beams. Repainting that one shouldn't be a problem. And of the two new vases of flowers that he found, one is quite damaged, but the other is very, very beautiful. As you can imagine, as soon as we got here, we wanted to run up and have a look. And that's not as easy as it sounds because getting up there is a bit of a problem. So Amory showed me how. Amory, you've got your Care Bear on again. Look,
the grumpy one.
He always sweats in a heart. Grumpy Care Bear. It is the cutest thing in the world that you sweat in a heart shape. Look at that. Look at that face. You're a big softie.
You want to climb up?
Yeah.
Use those cups there. That's it. Look, here you go.
It's a family thing, what can I say? Getting
Watch your head, watch your head, watch your head, watch your head.
Much harder. Okay.
There you go.
This is amazing.
There you go.
I can't believe it. I could cry. It's beautiful. And it's all there.
I've taken everything off. You see the side profile of the typing there the best.
I can't get over it.
Unfortunately, got quite a few ceiling joists rotten.
So we'll have to fix all of that.
And the other big problem is either completely gutting upstairs.
Yes.
Because I'm wearing my lids and all of those bits and bobs. So every now and again I just get a shower of
the sand that's the insulation of the attic, the old insulation. I think you're right. I think now that we have this visible, we're going to have to clear all of that
You're gonna have
and
to
insulate with modern insulation.
You have to lift up Hoover, God knows what, but that's quite big.
Okay.
It's not a difficult task, it's quite a large undertaking because unfortunately where they've cut the capping, the dental course capping over the ceiling joists, that's where it comes out the most. Oh, and also, I don't know how you're going to get it, well, how the specialists are going to get it, but you definitely do have a painted frieze.
Really?
Yeah, you do. You do.
Where have you seen it?
It's all along there where the latest bit of line render stops. But then here you've got it just behind where the cracks are, and then at the top as well. They've line washed it again.
No, I can see something there. But lower than I was expecting.
You can't see exactly the pattern, but you can see that there were vivid colours and
Oh my goodness.
whatnot. But I don't want to touch.
No, I understand. No, I think that we do need the restorers to look at. This is much more than I was expecting.
Well, like over here on that side, that's what you're getting. there, but I just haven't been able to take a solid piece of lime off without it affecting...
damaging below, so you're just leaving it so they can try and find it. Okay. What I didn't know is whether the tulips were the same on each side of the same beam.
That's a really pretty one.
Yeah, because they're not the same, are they? They're different. This is a really special one. In fact, that one is maybe the most beautiful so far.
Yeah, I think that is probably the most detailed and vibrant.
Yes. It's 2 white, 1 yellow and 1 red tulip.
Because the interesting thing is,
stunning.
On the other side of that tie beam is really well preserved, and then that one's really well preserved. You basically got 3 really well preserved.
Yes, and 3 bad.
And 3
very bad.
That one comes through the lime wash. That one is mullered. That one's mullered.
Well, this seems to be a very damaged beam, just generally.
Oh, and I managed to save the rose. That was it. This was all.
Oh, that is lovely. That's a little memory of that era that would have been lost forever otherwise.
I can save this one.
Okay, you got one. That is great. It's amazing. I just don't know how to get down. That's my only slight issue. So same in reverse.
Walk over there.
Then onto that. That's the tricky bit.
Put your foot. That's it. That's it.
Right there.
Bring your hands down onto that bar. That's it. Nice. That's it.
Okay. And down to here.
See?
Excellent.
Piece of piss.
No, that is easier than I was expecting. Then onto.
Don't forget to use the lugs.
One. Thank you, darling. It's actually helping a lot. Thank you. Yes, we made it. That was worth it. Philip, the food you eat always bewilders me. But I have to say, yogurt and half a cucumber for breakfast. That's a new one.
It's obviously deconstructed tzatziki, Darren.
Deconstructed tzatziki. You saw it here first. It's about to sweep the nation. Have you and Galahad decided which plates you're going to use this weekend? Because I can see that you've brought every single new plate out.
Trying some things out.
Oh, have you? Yeah? Which combos do you like?
Great ideas.
Oh, always.
He loved seeing the porcelain, right?
And Sif, has she come up with any new combinations?
Maybe just been a distraction for Galahad. Should keep his eyes on the ball. No?
Eyes on the plates. Right, we better get this cleaned up and look at the dust from the ceiling coming down. It's just everywhere. And we have guests arriving today, so...
Deep cleaning, this is the last room to do.
Yeah, but he can't really do it yet. We need to move this. I mean, look at that. It is so murksome out there. Seriously, why they get with a programme? It's May. It should be looking like Daddy's painting. All blue skies and flowers. Whenever I've been away for a few days, I have to do a lot of admin when I come back. So unfortunately, I'm going to be spending most of today in my study, though I'll definitely be running out to see how everyone else is getting on very regularly throughout the day. I've started off by doing the most fun thing, which is writing the new patron welcome cards. So I want to say a huge thank you to all of our new patrons of the Chateau Diaries. Welcome, and thank you so much, because it is making a huge difference to us being able to tackle the Grand Salon, and it is going to be such a huge restoration job with the ceiling. As we can now see, it's just going to be glorious. So thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I know that not everyone can become a patron, and I also want to let all of you know who are the viewers of the Chateau Diaries, you are also making a huge, huge difference. So a big thank you to all of you too. I'm actually doing the last card now. And I'm using my trusty Novium pen, and I'm very lucky because Novium have kindly offered to sponsor today's video with this ad. Now, many of you will have heard me speak about Novium before because we've been using them for, well, nearly a couple of years now.
I think so, yeah.
Nearly everyone in the Chateau has one of these pens. I've been gifting them to everyone I know because I think they make the most fabulous gifts. Philip has the Interstellar edition. This was actually named one of the best inventions of 2022 by Time.
Obviously.
I'm sure you spotted straight away that it is an axis of 23.5 degrees, which is the angle of the Earth's axis. Even more importantly, it is a great stress relief. Novium is known for its unique, high-quality products that are inspired by space and the fact that it can defy gravity, which makes us just want to stare at it and
It's
fiddle
not
with it
actually
all day.
connected. It's really cool.
No, it's really, really beautiful. The Interstellar comes in 4 colours. Philip has one of the premium editions. This one has 18 karat gold on it. And they also have a premium edition with a little shard of meteorite embedded into it. My pen also hovers, but it's the Future edition. And that's because I love a fountain pen. And this one is 2-in-1. It switches between a fountain pen or a rollerball pen. But the reason I love the fountain pen is not just because it's wonderful to write with, but it's because I get to use one of the old-fashioned inkwells. If you'd like to try one of these pens for yourself, or if you'd like to get one as a gift, you can scan the QR code on the screen and use the code TCD, or click the link in the description box below and you'll receive 10% off, and there's also free shipping available to most countries. And now I'm going to finish writing this last patron card. How excited are you right now?
Very.
Do you know which set you're going to be putting in it, or a mixture of sets?
A mixture of them.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness.
It's probably going to be the one that we use all the time. It's my SP set, so probably that one for now.
Oh, look at how nicely that is coming up.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice job, darling.
Random bits of fluff and stuff.
It's flower picking day before the guest weekend starts again in the garden. Jean-Christophe is mowing the vegetable garden, and look at these beautiful garden roses I've just found. Almost all of them smells incredibly divine. They are just so wonderful and scented, and I'm going to use them in little bud vases here and there in the chateau. I also came to the end to pick some lupins because I saw that the far end bush of lupins was the one with the fullest bloomed flowers, so I'm going to get a couple of these. Just going to roam around the garden and see what I can get. I'm just out on my favourite spot to get some greenery. There's some common snowberries just growing there. This is probably bucket number 3. Ruby has found me. He's always very keen on our little walks in the garden. So this is my favourite little patch. Unfortunately, it was all cut down by a mistake last year, but it's now come back. It's a green shrub. It grows maybe 1.5 meter, maybe 2, and it gets these white pink berries, and they are beautiful, and they're so good for foliage and greenery in all the arrangements. So I'm so pleased that they've come back, and I'm going to cut some now.
How is it going? Are you going to manage to fit everything? Oh, that's not teaspoons, is it?
No.
No. That's ice cream spoons.
See how flat they are?
Really flat.
Very good.
It's amazing how in the 19th century there was an obsession for a different piece of cutlery for every different
Which
use.
I think is marvellous.
Imagine not having an ice cream spoon faced with ice cream. Total lack of
Once you go
civilization.
ice cream spoon, you can't go back.
Have you managed to fit anything else in yet?
I have.
Oh, look! Isn't this beautiful cutlery?
Thank you.
I feel
It needs a little bit of a polish, some of them.
I'm going to enjoy seeing it more now. Something, look at the etching, the detailing on it.
That's for ice cream as well.
Oh, well, there we go. If you thought an ice cream spoon was enough, it's not. You need an ice cream slice too. And these ones, the normal forks.
Yes, but they're in here in the wrong way because some of these are. See, that is a fish fork.
So that's the fish knives, and they are beautifully engraved. In fact, aren't they the first thing you had in this set?
These you bought me for Christmas one year.
I think it was our first year together.
And with the
First Christmas?
yes, it was.
I didn't know it would engender this.
They've made this pattern for about, I don't know, 20, 30 years or so. So they have different versions of fish cutlery. They've got these. These are also fish. I mean, the same.
I think the left-hand one's prettier.
Oh, I prefer the last one. Because that is.
Ah, yes. It's nice to have different ones in case you have 2 courses of fish and you don't want the 2. I mean, imagine if the cutlery was the same. Oh my goodness, I mean, it'd be so embarrassing.
I've got more upstairs.
Is these for Isabel's kitchen?
Yes!
Ah,
Finally, we will have handles.
all right.
Heaven. They're really
ready
pretty,
to-
actually.
They are. He's ready to put them on now.
Oh, yes. Celebrations break out. Galahad, come. This is really weird because I ordered 6. There's definitely more than 6. 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, 12.
What have I done? Did I think 2 on each drawer? Is that what I did? Maybe that's what I did, but they're so big we don't need 2.
When you counted them and you said 6.
Yeah, we don't need 2 on... Well, they're very pretty. Oh, well. At least we have enough. Fine, because all of these don't need it. These are specifically designed.
Yeah, maybe you got 6 for free.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Seems unlikely.
There's a little dot there from the manufacturer,
Oh, great.
and that
Okay.
is usually the sign of where a handle goes in order to design these things all nice and aesthetically pleasing. It so you should go about there.
Okay, if you just measure along and make sure it's in the middle, that's perfect.
We don't need these anymore.
You won't need that anymore.
Do you reckon this new system's going to be as good? I hope so.
These you can get about 100 of those for the same price as one of these.
Really?
Yeah.
It's all done. There's not all the cutlery I've got in this set, but there's all that I can fit right now. Well, nearly all.
Which is pretty much everything we need on a normal week.
Yeah, exactly. It's all everything I had in here or had around.
Can you give me a little tour of your cutlery?
Sure.
Never
So
thought I'd say that to someone.
this is for ice, for
Ah.
as an ice spoon. So not ice cream, but ice, so the water can drain. Some spare cutlery I've got. These are for salad. They've got gold plating in them. That is so that it doesn't oxidize when you have the acidic...
The vinaigrette.
That's the word. Yes. Ice cream, we've already mentioned that. That's just a ragu spoon. This is a soup ladle. Well, that's obvious. This one's really cool. This one's got a fat separator. So when you...
You get the base of the gravy rather than the fat on the top.
That's it. So it's to skim it. It's pretty cool. That's it for cake. And then these are all knife rests. They're all crystal knife rests.
Lovely collection of knife rests, sir.
Thank you. And here...
Oh, that one's so pretty.
Oh, that's for strawberries. That's a
coming up to
strawberry
the
spoon.
season.
Yes, another ragu spoon, and it's not supposed to be there, but
is
it's
this
where I
guy?
could fit it. That must be teaspoons, dessert forks, and then regular dessert spoons.
Not teaspoons, that's different.
Teaspoons are usually a tiny bit shorter.
Okay, so that's what you need for in here.
Yeah, see, like
Yeah.
it's a little mocha spoon or something. And this is also for ice, for like ice cubes.
Yes.
And then so it's a carving set.
Yes.
And then you've got just the knives. I actually have the knives in this set as well, but the blades are steel, not stainless steel. And there's a reason why stainless steel is called stainless steel, because the blades are stained after.
Yes, until you have new blades.
Yeah, they take a
you can't use
lot of
them.
looking after.
So you use them with these beautiful knives.
Mother of pearl ones. Yes, I love these. It could go with any silver set I've got. So that's really good, because it's difficult to find matching knives to sets in France. Cutlery sets were given as wedding sets, but without the knives. It was just the spoons, the forks, and the small spoons, and were like a soup ladle. And apparently it was one of the reasons, apparently was because it used to be bad luck, because it would cut the tie between the bride and groom.
And also, I think because they tended to have one set of sharp knives,
I think that's
and they
probably
didn't
the
have a
actual
different
reason.
set for each of the ménagères.
And then the top one. There we go. See, I need something else here.
Oh my goodness, I
don't
didn't
know.
realise you didn't have enough cutlery. I mean, I'm so embarrassed for you
I've
right
got
now.
more upstairs. But, I think these are all the serving spoons I have. I'm guessing it's like a meat fork or something. And then, main
Philip,
course fork.
I know you're in your happy place, but the guests are arriving in about 2 hours.
Yeah, I still need to clean the table. So, anyway, I wanted to show you that. That's all,
It's gorgeous. That is so useful. The smell in this kitchen, I mean, never mind handles. I'm excited about handles, Chris, but I'm even more excited about the thought of a toasted cheese sandwich. You marvellous woman.
I shall make you one while I also get on with granola for the weekend.
You know, I can practically hear my mother shouting hallelujah from South Africa right now.
Well, because you're going to get some handles.
Oh, yeah. This is a marvellous day. Thank you, Marie. I'm worried about you drooling like that, Chris. I feel that's an accident waiting to happen.
All my kids are done with now. I can't be having any more, so
You have moved in our other ménagère.
Yes.
This is 100 times better.
The lights are at vaguely the same.
Yes, because we had that tiny little coffee table. I mean, it's not as beautiful as the other one,
But
but that's great. Is this one empty?
it is empty now. It's locked.
Okay, I'm going to put the gold cutlery in there. I was a bit jealous of you. I thought it looked really good fun, so I'll put the gold in.
Look, and I put the porcelain tray on there so that it sort of matches the...
It reflects the white marble of the other side. Good idea. It feels much more properly furnished. And imagine how much easier it's going to be to lay the table.
I usually took the drawers out and take the drawers into the sideboard.
All right. Oh my goodness, how are you carrying that? It's so heavy. Are we just storing that in my study for now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to stop talking to you. Let you concentrate. Okay, my study is now a furniture storage room, but I think that's a good thing.
Well, the problem is I want to put it somewhere, but it needs to be secured into the wall.
We can't do it yet. Everyone's far too busy. It's good that it stays here. The gold cutlery is now also done. Oh my goodness, never has there been so much wonderful cutlery in one dining room. And these are all of the main knives. So it's going to be so much easier to use everything now that it's properly set up in the dining room. This is just a very quick tour. Doesn't it look fabulous? Marie's just called us through for dinner, but before I go, I want to reveal the prices of the 2 pieces of furniture that we picked up at auction in the last video, because I asked you all if you'd like to guess. Now, the first one, the 18th century demi-lune commode in mahogany and bronze. It's so beautiful. I absolutely love it here. The hammer price of that was 2,500 euros. Now, the thing you must remember at auction is there's always commission on top of the hammer price. The auction house takes a commission, and in the case of this auction house, it was 25%, bringing the total cost of the commode to 3,125 euros. And the ménagère, that's the little piece of furniture to hold all of the cutlery. The hammer price on that was 420 euros, and the 25% on top of that brought it up to 525 euros. So how close were you? I've loved looking at all of the guesses in the comments. Some of you were massively under the amount that we paid, others massively over, but we have 2 clear winners. La Reine de Neige said, I have no clue about antique furniture. I'll take a stab at 3,000 for the commode, as it looks very nice, but no more than 1,000 for the cutlery cabinet. I'd not want to give more than 500 for it myself. So La Reine de Neige, for someone who claims to know absolutely nothing about antiques, you nailed it, as did Janet Vroom, who said 18th century commode, 3,500 euros, reproduction silver storage, 450 euros. There is such a huge difference in price between things that are original from the period when they were first designed and things that were made later. So of course the cutlery cabinet is much, much cheaper than the commode. And there's a really good example of that with the sofa that Philip also bought on our van trip. It was made in the 20th century to go with 4 original 18th century chairs, and Philip tried to bid on the entire set. Now he got the sofa, I think, for about 450 euros, and you can add a 0 on for the amount that the actual chairs went for. So there's a huge difference in price between the original ones and the later copies. We have both at Lalande because it's not a museum. I want things to be comfortable and usable and functional. So we have a mixture of some 19th and 20th century copies of 18th century pieces, and we're starting to get more and more 18th century pieces. But I think what's unusual at Lalande is that we split our restoration budget 3 ways in this chateau. The greatest part by far goes to the actual restoration and renovation of the building and of the structure. I think that's the case with every chateau around France. But the big difference here are the other 2 things that I put money aside for. The first is the community who live in this chateau. As you can see, I employ a lot of people here every day, and that, I think, is what brings a chateau to life. It's the people who live in it. I also always put things aside for the furniture so that when it's all finished, it will feel like walking through a chateau. Because I remember as a little girl, I used to go and visit all of the chateaux of the Loire with my parents. And back then, nearly 40 years ago, they had very little furniture. You were walking through empty shells. And now that's starting to change. All of those chateau museums are starting to invest in the furnishings as well. But it really struck me then that if one day I was lucky enough to have a chateau, it would be properly furnished. So those 3 things, community, furniture, and the fabric of the building, are the things I think are the most important. Oh, Marie, I love your Bergenite. But no, Anne-Marie, should we send him a photo of you?
It's really perfect, yeah.
I'm going to do it. I'm sending him a photo. Anne-Marie's away for a couple of days, and we've promised we're going to send him regular updates about the tea. However exciting the food is this evening, the big excitement of the night is handles in the kitchen. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a heaven.
Silently full of South Africa.
Can you hear Mummy's celebrations? Woohoo! To the new handles of the kitchen, may they last a long time in spite of the fact that for some weird reason we are all cheersing with water. What is going on tonight? See, Anne-Marie goes and it's suddenly a nunnery.
It's because I'm pregnant.